got a Mavericks mailbag coming up here on Dallas Mavericks Today. Harrison Graham, Jeffrey Cooperstein. But Coop, let's get the people to follow us on Twitter, X, whatever you're calling it these days. You can find me at HGramNFL. Obviously talk a lot of hoops as well. Coop at Jeff_Coop27. If you want more day-to-day Mavericks tweets, he's probably the person to follow. So check us out. And if you have any good questions for a future mailbag, DMs are always open.
Absolutely, yeah. Hit our DMs up, hit us up in the comment section. And without further ado, let's get right into this mailbag.
All right. Chris Mullen asks, Kyrie has caused problems everywhere he's been in his career. Why do you think that hasn't happened in Dallas, and do you foresee it happening in the future? Hopefully not on the second part. I think the first part, I'll throw a couple theories, reasons at you, Coop. I'm curious what you think.
Yep.
I think, one, he was so happy to get out of Brooklyn, he was just going to behave better pretty much anywhere else.
Agreed.
I think that's one. And I think, two, I think he felt an instant comfort level with both Jason Kidd and Nico Harrison. He's got the relationship with Nico, obviously, from the Nike connection. Kidd, longtime point guard in the NBA, easy to relate there, played in this league. Luka, while he's a fiery guy on the court, pretty calm guy off the court, so I think it was easy for those guys to kind of just relax as well. So those are a couple reasons, I think, Coop, but would love to hear if you have any theories, and hopefully you agree with me that no issues happen in the future.
Yeah, I don't foresee anything happening. I really believe that the Mavericks culture with the organization right now is set up for Kyrie to feel comfortable and to succeed. That was his main thing when he got traded. He kind of felt disrespected in Brooklyn by the organization. And when he was traded to the Mavericks, he was welcomed with open arms by Nico, by Jason Kidd, by Mark Cuban, who at the time was running things as well. And they kind of just let Kyrie be himself and kind of just do things his own way. And the Mavs are constantly giving him support and constantly just doing whatever they can to help him feel comfortable. And this seems like, and obviously I don't know Kyrie, I haven't been around him, but it seems like this is the happiest he's been in a long time, if not in his entire career, and he feels the most comfortable here. And I think it's a part of the reason why the Mavs won the Western Conference last year.
Yeah, I think all that is very valid. Show some love to Nico. We did a video on him the other day where he's done a great job kind of outlining what he's been able to accomplish.
Culture builder.
Get the GMs in the chat going for Mr. GM Nico Harrison. All right, let's go to Brad here. If there is a player on the Mavs roster, not being talked about enough as a potential contributor? We've obviously talked about everybody, Coop, but I think a guy that we probably haven't discussed maybe as much as we should is a guy like Quentin Grimes, who I think is going to be a pretty seamless upgrade from Josh Green. I think he's a more natural catch-and-shoot guy than Green is. He's a longer athlete, which should give him the ability to defend more positions. And now he's playing with maybe the best passer in the league in Luka Doncic, which should create more good looks for him. So, yeah, I mean, he could be a guy that maybe midway through the season – he's evolved into the sixth man. Who knows?
Could be, yeah. When I think about this Mavericks roster, I kind of forget about Quentin Grimes sometimes, where I'm so excited about the Luka, Kyrie, Klay trio along with Lively and Washington that Grimes kind of sort of gets lost in the fold, and I do think he can be a contributor to this team, especially if he can replicate what he did in that 21-22 season with the Knicks, where he was over 38% from three. Is he going to find that with the Mavs? I don't know. I hope he does. Last year he had a bunch of injuries, and that kind of kept his numbers down. He only ended up playing 6 games after getting traded from the Knicks to the Pistons. But I'm excited about Grimes, man. His defense is something I think is pretty underrated and is going to help this team play. And what do we always say about Jason Kidd? If you can defend, he'll find a way to get you on the court. So I'm definitely excited about Quentin Grimes. And I'm not sure if he's in the rotation right away, but, in the dog days of December, January, February, when the Mavs maybe need some bodies and they need some minutes to be 8, I think Quentin Grimes could be a guy that accomplishes that for them.
Yeah, I'll push back a little. I actually think he will have at least a role early. Now, how big is that role? I'm not sure. Could depend on how much does a guy like Spencer Dinwiddie play as well. A different guard, but someone who they brought back for a reason. So a lot of options there. But, I think Grimes has a chance to step in, play well, and potentially earn himself a nice little payday as well. So we'll see how that shakes out. If you have a question for a future mailbag, subscribe to the channel. We're dropping these mailbags pretty much every week now through the rest of the off season. You can drop your questions in the comments below. But if you want to get your question featured on a mailbag episode, subscribe and fire away. 10 Toes Down says, is this the year Luka finally wins MVP?
I said it should have been last year, and he finished third. Again, an absolute joke that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander finished.
I think he should have at least gotten second. I'm not going to complain that Jokic won it.
I won't either.
But, you know, he was in that discussion.
We saw what happened in the postseason with him and SGA, and I'll just leave that at that. Look, all the ingredients and all of the motion is going towards Luka winning MVP, right? I think he has a lot of things going in his favor. I think he's going to be hungry and motivated after coming up short in the finals, and he heard the noise of people talking about him, about how he's lazy and doesn't play defense and yada, yada, yada. I do think he's going to be motivated coming into this year. Hopefully he's healthy, he's rested, and he's ready. And I think he's going to have a really, really good season. And ESPN the other day got their experts together, and they put up a poll of who they think is the favorite to win MVP. And this is how it landed. They did have Luka at number one in front of Jokic, SGA, Anthony Edwards, and Giannis. So it seems like that he's getting the love from the media this time around. There were a lot of insane narratives surrounding Luka last year that kind of drove me insane, if I'm being honest with you. But this year, I think he's going to get it done. I think he's going to be the best player in the NBA.
Yeah, you and I kind of, around this time last year, started that MVP campaign for him, and he was pretty damn close to winning it, even though he did get third, got some first-place votes. So, you know, I think the team's better around him. To me, it kind of comes down to, can he be fully healthy to start the year? And, you know, is he not kind of nursing a minor issue throughout the season? Because we've kind of seen him do that in the past. Ideally, he's getting the rehab he needs over the last month plus or so, and is ready to go come training camp. So if he is, we know he's capable of winning it, no doubt about that. What do you guys think? Is he going to win MVP? Y for yes, N for no? It feels like this is as good of a chance as he's had up to this point in his career, so we'll see if he can get it done.
Bravi MVP, baby. Let us know down in the comment section. Final question from
Aaron Harrison Stan.
Aaron Harrison Stan. Was it Aaron or Andrew that played a couple of games with the Mavs?
I can't remember. I remember Aaron was the better college player,
He
but
was.
Andrew was better in the NBA.
I don't remember which one, but one of them played for the Mavs. Anyways, which game are you looking forward to most this year? I always love the Christmas game, so I think that at home against the Timberwolves will be really cool. Opening night against Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs will be great. You have Clay's return in the NBA Cup.
That's easily the best road game of the season.
Yeah, I
Clay's
think so
return to
too.
the Bay. I don't think there's any question about that.
I always look forward to the finals rematches. Boston coming here will be fun as well. So there are a lot of great games on the schedule that I look forward to. But if I had to pick one, I'm always an NBA on Christmas guy, so I'll go with that one.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. We know the NBA is trying to kind of feature Anthony Edwards more as well, so that could be fun. And hey, another opportunity to embarrass Rudy Gobert, so that's
always
fantastic. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of a Mavs mailbag here on Mavericks Today. Fire those questions away for a future episode. Give us a follow on social as well. He's Jeffrey Cooperstein. I'm Harrison Graham. Enjoy your weekend. We will see you soon.
Peace out.